What's up, freaks? You have made it to day number 40 of the Freak Mode 40 Daily Discipline Habit Challenge. Now, today is obviously going to be a one-time thing because it's the end of the challenge, but this is something is probably not going to be maybe a daily thing that you add in to your daily habits. As you know, probably about 80% of these habits are going to become daily things. The other 20% you should put on the schedule, whether it's weekly, monthly, quarterly, whatever makes sense, depending on the habit. But this one is a huge one, and this is why this is number 40. This is what all the first 39 days built up to. Day number 40 of the Freak Mode 40 is volunteering. Now, here's what you need to do. We're talking about volunteering your time over anything else. Now, if you want to, you can also volunteer any amount of money. Originally, it was going to be volunteer time or money, but what I've come to notice with myself, it's a lot easier to volunteer money, believe it or not, than time. That just shows you time is more valuable than money. That's why for this challenge, you're going to volunteer your time. So what does that mean? Well, you can pick a charity, a fundraiser, an event. You can go volunteer at a homeless shelter, go to help feedings at a soup kitchen, at a whatever, a children's hospital, things like that. You could run a fundraiser event even. It's time to give back. This whole challenge has been about yourself, a lot about building your business, building yourself, building up your discipline. Now it's time now that you have your own shit together, it's time to put that stuff out into the freaking universe. That's what it's about. I think when it comes to freak freedom, we say there's three rules, the three initial rules of freak freedom, or you could say these are three core values of just being a freak human. The first one is to always strive to get better every single day. Be a goal-striving freak that's always pushing forward up to your higher calling, something bigger than yourself. Rule number 2 is to get to rule number 1 without it being at the expense of others. Meaning, don't be an ass. Don't be a jerk off on your way. And rule number 3 is to take the important people around you along for the ride on that journey with you, and or B, to help other people out along the way on their own journey. Whether or not they're on the same journey as you or not, doesn't matter. Helping other people around you. That's what it is. You should always be striving for growth, but not at the expense of others. And then taking people along for the ride and helping other people out along the way. This is what it's about. The Freak family, if you've been following things for the last few months or even the last year, we've done these 24-hour challenges pretty much more than every month and every other month maybe. And there's usually a fundraiser involved. And we have several coming up in this year coming up right now. We've done several in the past. We've done 24-hour push-up challenge, 24-hour hike challenge, 24-hour bike riding, 24-hour weightlifting, 24-hour video games. Usually it's for a different charity, different fundraiser, and make it a big event. We go up for 24 hours and we go through some suffering and have some fun and some transformations. We'll let you know when the next one is, and you can either join something like that, you could donate, you could run your own type of challenge just like that. It's this, when we're talking about volunteer, it's volunteers to something that has a meaning to you, something that means something to you, something that you relate to or resonate with or whatever. We've donated to Save Our Allies, which is a military fundraiser helping stranded allies overseas in Afghanistan. We've done fundraisers for Big Brothers Big Sisters because we feel like that every kid should have positive male and female role models. We've done stuff for Cancer Society, American Heart Association for autism. That's just some of the main ones that we've done. Now, this is an unselfish act, volunteering. It seems unselfish, but really when it comes down to it, it's a selfish but unselfish, because you're also doing it because it feels good. And that's fine. That's fine. Don't not do it just because you think it's selfish. Oh, just because you're doing it so it feels good. It's still worth it. It's still going to help other people out. So this is day 40. This is what it all came up to, was to volunteer your time. And if you want to, also your money. It's not and or. Originally it was going to be and or, but it's just too easy to cut a check. And just that really isn't enough. Of course, that's helpful to different charities and fundraisers and causes. But I want you to actually put on your calendar somewhere in the next 6 weeks, or even the next month, whatever makes sense. Depends on when things are going on. Something that you're going to volunteer your time for. And then you could also add an additional monetary donation to, or even to something different you could donate some money to. So how are we going to break it down? What are your action items for this day number 40 of the Freak Mode Challenge? Number one is just decide what charity or fundraiser that you're going to donate to, that you're going to donate your time to, or that you're going to help out with and or your money to. Number two, put it on your freaking calendar like everything else. If it doesn't go on the calendar, usually it's not going to freaking happen. Put it on the calendar, schedule it out. It's going to help you hold you accountable and keep you committed to this event, to this charity, to this fundraiser, to whatever it is. Number three, contribute to the cause and make it even bigger by getting your family, your friends, getting your kids involved. Talk about a force multiplier where you're doing something that's selfish because it feels good. It's unselfish because it's helping others. It's helping you in your own personal development, but also then giving your time to actually in the trenches help people. The money is going to be helping people. And now you're doing it with your family, your friends. You're getting more people involved, which means more money and more awareness is going to get there. And then also doing it with your kids or even your coworkers. Talk about, and then also being a role model. Volunteering is one of the most powerful things you can do. On top of that, when you do things like volunteering at shelters like this or events and fundraisers and run this type of stuff, you are going to also be doing networking. You're going to meet several other like-minded, high-performance individuals, freaks just like you that are thinking the same way you are, that are also volunteering. It's hard to find bad, lazy people that are working on volunteering their time and money and effort and energy and actually give a fuck. Hard to find. So the Freak Mode reflection here for day number 40 of volunteering. First, I want you to reflect on, why did you choose the charity that you chose? And then second is, how else can you possibly support this charity in an ongoing way in the future? So this is not just a one-time thing. None of these habits, even the one-time tasks, are not just one-time things. There's stuff that now should be on your radar and should be like, all right, I'm going to do this every month, every quarter, every week, every fucking day. If it makes sense, you figure that out. And number three, reflection number three is, what impact can you see this volunteering of your time and your money? What impact can you see this having in the future for this organization, for this particular organization? But also, what impact you see it having on the future for your family? And what impact can you see it having on the future for your freak self? Because this is selfish and unselfish, and that's totally fine. Do not let that be what stops you. Doing something like volunteer, this is as great as it gets when it comes down to it. This is like the culmination of all these 40 days, and this is something that you don't forget. You committed to doing all these other things. You've done all things in the first 39 days. Don't stop now. This might be the most important one, because now you've built your foundation. You've gotten your own shit together. You're kicking ass. You're firing on all cylinders in your mind, your body, your business, and yourself, and in the social game. Now it's time to give back to the fucking universe. It's now on you. This is your duty and obligation in activating your freak mode to then share that freak modeness out with the rest of the universe. So this is day number 40. Congratulations, you made it through all 40 days. Make sure to check out the next couple videos right after this to kind of finish off the Freak Mode Challenge. You've completed all 40 days. I want to hear about this. I want to get tagged in the post of what you're volunteering, what the events you are. And shit, if it's local, if it's possible, if it's on the schedule, I'll come and join you for this. Let me know where it is. Let's do this. Let's make this fucking happen. And in case no one told you yet today, after completing the Freak Mode 40, you have officially activated your personal freak mode. Congratulations. In case no one told you yet today, you are fucking awesome. No excuses.